Indian values. Family is the most important institution. They emphasize integrity, family loyalty, and family unity. And those traditional gender, they are considered strong, stable, close. They have joint families, nephews and grandfathers at the same household. They live into 3 and to 4 generations living together, sharing income, property, and worship the same idol. Male children are desired more than females and treated with more respect. Females are taught from the early stage to be self-sacrificing, nurturing, adaptive, tolerance, etc. The wife is typically dependent, submissive, goes out of her way to please her husband and to look after the home and children, not to have a job. And men should work for them. Dating is not allowed. Interrelationships will be the opposite sex and discouraged. Elderly is generally obeyed, considered to be fountains of knowledge and wisdom. Damru is a small drumstick which resembles the hourglass. When it is the hourglass, they give respect and stop doing everything because it generates spiritual energy.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Abid Martin, and today I'm speaking about symbols within the Indian culture. A cultural symbol is a physical representation of an ideology within a certain culture. It represents the beliefs, traditions, language, and so much more. I'm going to be speaking about the symbols of India as a nation, as well as a culture. When we think of the symbols of a nation, the first thing that comes to mind is the national flag. In India's case, the saffron color represents strength and courage, whereas the white indicates peace, and the green shows fertility, growth, and auspiciousness of the land. Another great symbol of a nation would be its national anthem. India's national anthem, Jana Gana Mana, speaks about the diversity of the country. It speaks about the country itself, and lastly, it speaks about the blessings of God. Moving on to the cultural aspect, India as a nation is quite diverse and has many religious beliefs. In the Hindu culture, the most important symbol is Om. It symbolizes the universe and the ultimate reality. It is believed that Om represents 3 parts of God. It represents, firstly, the Brahma. Secondly, it represents the Vishnu. And thirdly, it represents the Shiva. Likewise, the most important symbol in the Buddhist culture is the Kala Chakra, which is this. The symbol passes on healing and peace to all beings on the planet and the planet itself. Finally, the last symbol we are going to speak about is the bin.
It is pronounced Namaste, although some people say Namaskar. People all over India use this word, and the gesture that accompanies it when they meet each other and they say goodbye. All you do is put your palms together in a prayer-like position in front of your heart, and your head slightly, and speak the word Namaste. The wordless gesture. Indians appreciate visitors taking trouble to familiarize themselves with social norms and religious traditions. I'll be talking about 3 of the main norms in India: feet and footwear. In India, in most other Asian countries, feet are considered unclean, but not nearly as unclean as footwear. Indians remove their shoes when entering any home or place of worship, even in some shops, so men and women alike always keep their feet clean and presentable. When you sit, be mindful of the position of your feet, which shouldn't be facing at another person's direction, and altar or any religion images on the wall.
Work ethic of the Indian. I'll first give a definition of what is work ethic. Work ethic is a belief that hard work and diligence have a moral benefit. It strengthens the character of an individual ability. Work ethic is all about prioritizing work and putting it to a part of your life. Okay. Work ethic in the Indian culture. Work ethic in the Indian culture is a very serious and important matter. It is the reflection of all the various norms and standards. Most employees tend to work for 12 hours, stay at work late hours, and sometimes work even on the weekends. The Indian culture, the level of honesty and dedication is felt towards their professional lives. Employees have a definite expectation from their work, and in the work environment, the relationship between the boss and the employees is a very good one.
I will be adding on to what Nosa said about the work ethic in the Indian culture. Indians respect and are very loyal to their employers. They normally spend more time at work than necessary. This is because they believe in completing their work before the end of business day. According to a survey done by Hindustan Times in 2013, 38% of Indian people believe that they should complete their work before playing. They are also known to be very punctual, always arriving on time. The Hindustan Times survey of 2013 also says that 66% feel it absolutely essential to arrive on time at work. In India, you are expected to work your full salary's worth. Employers are also very strict when it comes to lunches and breaks. I'm done.
Languages spoken in India belong to several language families, the major ones being the Indo-Aryan language, spoken by 87.5%, and the Dravidian language spoken by 19.4% of the Indians. Indian has the world's second highest number of languages after Papua New Guinea. While there are more than 300 languages and dialects spoken in India, Hindi, the national language, is spoken by over 40% of the population. The 8th schedule of the Indian Constitution lists 22 languages, which have been referred to as scheduled languages and given recognition, status, and official encouragement. The most spoken language is Telugu. Telugu is the most widely spoken language in India. It's an official language in Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, and the Union Territory of Puducherry, making it one of the languages with official status in more than one state. The two contact languages who played an important role in the Indian culture is the
Indian weddings offer guests a riot of color and celebration, packed with people, food, and a wealth of traditions. Steeped in cultural and religious importance, Indian weddings contain much symbolic meanings. Traditional dress for women means a sari, a 6-foot-long cloth worn draped over a floor-length skirt or petticoat, and a mitra-bearing top. The main portion of the long ceremony takes place next to Agni, the holy fire. The Saptapadi explains Deshvardish.com formalizes the marriage as the bride and the groom take 7 steps around the fire and recite their vows, bringing the ceremony to an end. Food plays a vital role in Indian weddings, where you find Indian cuisine at its best. As some Indian families practice vegetarianism, the wedding fare might not contain meat. Depending on the family's religious beliefs, they might not serve alcohol at all. Some weddings serve food on banana leaves for guests to eat with their hands. As with most aspects of the wedding, eating the food shows guests approval of the wedding and their best wishes for the bride and the groom.
The last ritual that I will be doing is the baby dance in boiling water. It is called the Pijalapur. This Indian custom is carried out in Pijalapur district of Karnataka, where three-month-old babies are danced in boiling water. The baby is lifted immediately but does sustain severe burns. The ritual is to thank the deities and the priest for blessing the home with the child.